All right. I think we're working now. Maybe. Let's see. Can you guys hear me right now? Give me just a second. All right, let's try this again. I'm not sure what is going on. My volume here on my screen is not wanting to disappear. I'm not sure what is going on there. But nonetheless, we'll just have to work with this in the middle of the screen. Pretty annoying. Not sure what is going on. So, but we'll do our best. So we'll go ahead here. We're looking at the recommended filters. We're showing you the best bets that are out there all throughout the day with all of the historical data we have, all of the back testing that we have done. So we'll just take a look here and see if there's any value. It looks like on this Louisville Virginia game, take a look at it. Louisville minus 2.5. You can get that minus 109 on Barstool. Take a look at this game. I think this line was actually 3. We look at it here. Yeah, so it is 3 in most spots, minus 110. So it looks like Louisville minus 3 is the main line. So you can actually pick up Louisville minus 2.5. So that looks to be a pretty solid bet. You can see BetOnline has this minus 119 at minus 3. This tells me that BetOnline, another very sharp book, is getting ready to move this to 3.5. So pretty good value there on Louisville minus 2.5 if you have Barstool or Bet Rivers. If you don't have Bet Rivers, you can take advantage of their risk-free bet up to $500 there. So you can click that link, or you can click the link in the description below. You can get that free $500 bet from Bet Rivers. We can see here MMA for Saturday looks like some incredible value on Islam Makhachev. I have no idea if that's how you say his name. But minus 150 looks like, again, BetOnline minus 183. So some really good value there. Pinnacle's at minus 175. So that looks to be a very good bet as well, just in terms of looking at the market. And can't see my screen. I'm having all kinds of issues today. I appreciate you putting that in there, Don. So let's go back. We'll take a look at this again real quick. This has been a disastrous start here to this live stream with microphone not working, this stupid volume thing being in the middle of my screen as well, and not sharing my screen. So let's jump back up Louisville real quick. I was talking about that play, minus 2.5. You can see BetOnline has it minus 3. So again, that's a really good bet. Louisville minus 2.5. You can get that anywhere at minus 109, minus 110 even. Solid bet there. The MMA fight that I just mentioned, minus 150. You can see that's on PointsBet. BetOnline, another very sharp book, has that minus 183. Pinnacle minus 175. So some really good value there as well with those two bets. So looks like I've got somebody who wants to see what we've got for PrizePicks or Underdog. So we'll do that. We've been doing this every day. So we'll jump over. We'll turn the filters off. We'll see what's out there for PrizePicks and Underdog. Looks like we've got about 40 people in here now. So I'm curious if my boy Marquise is in here today. If he is, he was on the Rams last night, so he was going to come back and give me props if the Niners won. So Marquise, if you're in here, let me know if you're in here. Love to hear from you. The Niners totally dominated that game last night from start to finish. Pretty nasty defense that they've got. So do actually like the Rams this week, though, against the Cowboys for whatever that is worth. So Underdog, PrizePicks, what else did you say? Those were the two you wanted to see. So it doesn't look like there's anything out there for Underdog, at least right now. Looks like Braxton Garrett under 4.5 strikeouts has a little bit of value. Either way, PrizePicks on the regular entry or the 5 flex, average odds minus 144. So you'd be getting a little bit of value there at minus 137. This one looks like it just moved on PrizePicks. First inning total runs. Little bit of value here, Tampa Bay and Boston. Minus 137, average odds minus 139. So you'd be getting a little bit of value taking that under, not a whole lot. Braves, Marlins, under a half. Same thing. This one would actually, if you're not using the 5 flex, this would not be a good bet because you're getting minus 137. Average odds are minus 132. So you're actually getting a worse number than what you really should be. So that would not be one to add in to like a 2-leg entry. And then Colton Wong over a half player bases. That would be a decent bet with the 5 flex. Be all right with just the 2-leg entry. I mean, average odds are minus 138. You're getting minus 137. So not a huge disparity there. So there's a few for PrizePicks. It doesn't look like there's anything out there for Underdog, at least right now. David, what do you got? Anything good for Thrive today? So let me just take a look. I should have included that one. We can see if there's anything out there for Thrive. It doesn't look like right now there is. Let's hop over here though real quick to the ARB page and see if there's anything for Thrive Fantasy. Search minus 111. Those are the odds for that. Not seeing anything for Thrive either. I mean, I think now at least the spot we're in with baseball season, I mean, it's what, tomorrow's the last day. So probably not going to be a whole lot of value these next couple of days in baseball, but be on the lookout because hockey is starting up. And then the NBA is right around the corner as well. And then obviously we have college football and NFL going. So nothing out there for Thrive. Brian, how you doing? Let's see here. What EV percentage do you normally try to bet on? Lowest percentage you'll bet on. So if I'm on the recommended filters on the positive EV page, so if I'm solely looking on this page right here, I don't typically pay much attention to the EV percentage because, again, these are the best bets that are out there all throughout the day. So betting these long-term should result in you being profitable. So in terms of the EV percentage from the recommended filters page, I don't pay much attention to that because, again, these are the best bets that are out there. Jason, how do you do a same game parlay? So, I mean, the easiest way to do a same game parlay, if you're using OddsJam, would be to turn the recommended filters off, and then you can actually search by game. And actually, it looks like I thought I just saw something with Underdog pop up. Let's see. No, I guess not. Thought I saw something with Underdog there when I turned my filters off. Maybe it went away. But if you're looking for like a same game parlay, I mean, what you can do is you can come to the EV page and you can just search, you can search whatever game you're looking for. So I don't know, maybe Red Sox, if you're wanting to build a same game parlay with that, you can come here to the EV page. You can search Red Sox. Now you can see like Barstool and Bet Rivers are the only two books that have, basically two things that you can bet. And one of them's the full game run line. One of them's the first half run line. So that would not be probably something I would do. But what you can do to build a same game parlay is you can go to whatever, baseball game you want. Say it's Tigers, Mariners, and you can just look. Let's say, for example, that it's on DraftKings, your same game parlay is. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm looking for the best odds to build this parlay with. So you can see that under 7.5 minus 120, that would be a decent bet to throw into a leg of your same game parlay because the average odds are minus 123. DraftKings is giving you the best odds there. And then you can just go through, each market and you can see. So we already did the total runs, first inning total runs. DraftKings is minus 125. So that would not actually be a good one because they're actually the highest priced of any outside of Bet Online. So you're just looking for value in terms of each book where you're looking to build it. So trying to find some player props here to see. I mean, this one would be okay. Jesse Winker over a half of a hit if you wanted to do that. I mean, average odds are minus 156. You're getting minus 155. It's not a ton of value, but that's basically how you can build a same game parlay by just line shopping and making sure that if you were doing it on DraftKings, every bet that you place has the best odds out there. Anyone here from Toronto? I am not. I am located in Illinois. Thrive Fantasy, I think we just looked, but we'll take a look again and see if there's anything out there for Thrive Fantasy. Let me go ahead and clear everything out. We'll double check and just see. Didn't see anything earlier for Thrive. Doesn't look like there's anything out there. So anything that you would bet, in terms of Thrive Fantasy, you would have to be doing on your own without, any sort of looking at the markets, because it doesn't look like there's any value out there right now. So let's see. Andrew, a little early, but I locked in on FanDuel Cowboys fourth quarter money line. No push at plus 145. That was sharp. I mean, I guess, maybe I think the Rams actually get a pretty good lead in that game. So, I mean, I could see some value on that. If they're trying to come back, they're obviously going to have to score points. Maybe the Rams are just looking to bleed the clock. Brian, any EV bets on Bet365? Let's take a look. Let me change my state to Colorado. Can see what's out there. We'll filter specifically for Bet365 so that's all you will see. Give me just a second here. Looks like there's some on just the regular EV page. I'll go to the recommended filters for you as well to see what's out there. So a lot of higher underdogs in college football on Bet365 this weekend. If you wanted to lock those in, I mean, UAB minus 9.5, even money. That looks to be a pretty solid bet on Bet365. Most of the books have that, juiced the same. Bet Online's actually got that juice to the minus 9.5. So let me take a look at Bet365. Let's look at the recommended filters and see if there's anything out there for Bet365 with the recommended filters that maybe has a little bit more of an edge. So Carolina first quarter money line, Akron plus 10.5. You're getting plus money. Rest of the market, average odds minus 105. That MMA fight that was on PointsBet looks like there's some value there as well. UAB we just mentioned. North Carolina plus 3.5 at even money, average odds minus 108. The UAB that we talked about, Wisconsin Northwestern over has some value. And then some money lines here: Colorado State, Florida State, BYU, all underdogs in college football this weekend. So looks to be some definite value there for some of those plays. This one, Colorado State plus 150, average odds plus 141. SMU in the first half plus 120, average odds plus 114. And then Florida State plus 145, average odds plus 133. So that looks to be a pretty solid play there as well. So OddsJam perfect line still based on Pinnacle. So it is based on Pinnacle, but it's also based on all of the sports books that we track. So excuse me. So essentially, we're taking all of the data that we have, and if one sports book is, say, sharp in one market, we want to be able to weight that with Pinnacle to be able to show you kind of more true, fair odds for that particular market. So Pinnacle still being the base and the majority of that, but recognizing that there are other books out there that are sharp in certain markets, and using the data that we have to weight that appropriately so that we can show you guys a little bit more accurate, a little more fair interpretation or fair idea of what the odds actually are. Let me know if that doesn't make sense or if you need me to explain it more, but that's basically what we're doing now. Pinnacle still being, the bulk of what we're doing. Sent me an email. Appreciate your insight. No rush. Yeah, let me know when you emailed me or send that to me again. Cause I just checked my inbox just on the side here. Well, I've got this pulled up and I didn't see anything from you. So ping me again, or if it maybe went to our website down here on the chat, I'll have to check that when I get done. I haven't checked that here recently. So let's see, Angels, Braves, money line, and then Barcelona parlay, a good hit. We can see here, we can compare the Braves game. Let me see, is this the game that you would be referring to, Inter Milan, as the team that Barcelona is playing? Let me know there if that's the case. As far as a parlay, I don't know what book you would be betting that on. Let me take a look and see what's out there. So, if you were doing that, you would want to make sure you were getting better odds than minus 119. There's not any real value on Barcelona. I don't know the first thing about soccer, so can't help you there. Braves, if you were looking to bet the Braves, in terms of value, if you were able to get anything under 159, that would be considered decent. Again, no real kind of expected value with that. And then that last one you mentioned, the Angels. Let's see, Angels minus 133 is the best value. Average odds are minus 139. So if you could get anything on the Angels minus 138 or less, that would be okay. But with parlays, you want to make sure whatever book you're betting it in, you're getting the best odds that are possible. There's no reason to lay a bad number. So definitely want to shop around there, make sure you can get the best odds with those parlays. Anybody else, any questions, feel free to throw those in here. I'll jump back over to the EV page, see if there's anything out there. We'll go ahead and flip the recommended filters on. Yeah, Adam, got the new screen feature. So let me see. I showed this last night. Give me just a second here. See if I can find this screen and I can share it with you guys today. You guys can check this out on your own, and I'll put this link in the description. So this is the screen that Adam's referring to. Let me just paste this into the chat so that you guys can check that out. Check this out. It's free to use. I think I showed it last night on my late night live stream that I did at halftime, but you can essentially see all of the books and the markets here. So you can adjust this if you want, bookmaker to be at the front. You can move these around, which is really cool, but you can see where the best odds are. And then you can watch, these numbers move in real time. And it's going to show you where the best value is. If you're wanting to take the Texans on the money line this week, plus 295 on DraftKings. So really, really cool there. You can check that out. Again, you can look at the different markets as well. Here's the point spread, Broncos, Colts. If you want to lay 3 with the Broncos, you can do that on MGM minus 115, Colts plus 3.5 over at PointsBet. So again, just being able to see it all kind of in one spot, seeing the games, you can see when money comes in on one side, when the line moves. So that's really, that's really cool to see as well. So check that link out, put it there in the comments for you there. Thursday favorite player, game prop for Thursday night football. Give me just a second, Andrew. You got me on my, let me pull up my anytime touchdown scorer sheet, and we'll see if there's anything out there that I like for Thursday. Give me just a second. We'll take a look and see what we have. Colts and Broncos. So let's take a look. Just need to fix a couple of things here on my sheet, and then we can take a look and see what there is. So I've got this pulled up. So, I mean, according to, when looking at my model as far as like an anytime touchdown scorer, let me just go ahead. We'll go to this game. I don't know. Do they have any odds for this up? Let's see. I don't know if they have player props up. I know Matt was going to do a video on this, but I don't think they had any props up yet for this Thursday game. So it looks like a couple books have, Play Up and Superbook. My model has for an anytime touchdown score, it has Paris Campbell plus 460. That's all I'm showing on the model is Campbell to score a touchdown plus 460. Don't necessarily love that by any means. Any player prop bets that I like tonight, I'm not a player prop guy unless I'm using the EV page. So let's clear these filters and let me change the market to player props, and we'll take a look and see what's out there. So, these are all home runs. It's kind of like strikeouts. I kind of like to look at those. Giolito under 5.5 plus 118. Average odds minus 106. That looks pretty good. Giolito under strikeouts. Let's see. I'm going to avoid home runs. Player hits. I'd rather focus on strikeouts here. I do like the strikeout market. So Giolito under, Verlander over 6.5 strikeouts, plus 122 on Superbook. Average odds plus 104. That looks to be pretty good. Cole Irvin under 4.5 strikeouts, minus 128. This looks really good. If you can bet this, would definitely get down on this one. Bet online minus 147. Pinnacle minus 148. Really, really like this. DraftKings minus 170. You're getting minus 128. That looks like an incredible bet. Cole Irvin under 4.5 strikeouts. So that would be my favorite one, just based on everything I've looked at. To answer your question there, Brandon, what's my favorite play for today? Just in looking at this, I would say this Cole Irvin prop is really, really good. I'm not a baseball bettor in terms of like handicapping or anything like that, so I don't have any opinion on any of the games, but just in looking at the markets and the EV plays, I would take this Cole Irvin under 4.5. I would make that my play of the day. Let's see, Adam, do you have any early NFL spread lines that look funny to you? We can look at it on the screen, right? So, in looking at these lines, I've done a little bit of looking this week. This Tennessee Titans Commanders game is interesting. Titans minus 2.5. You can get the 3 on Washington. There's definitely some value on Tennessee. I'm sorry, not on Tennessee, on Washington at plus 3, I think. But, I was talking to one of my buddies last night. He's a big Titans fan, and he's spot on. This is a game that the Titans always seem to lose. They're playing well now. It looks like they beat the Raiders. They went on the road. They beat the Colts. So this just looks off to me. Washington is awful. I can't get behind Wentz though. I just can't do it. I took them last week against the Cowboys and it was awful. Saints, this line doesn't make much sense to me. I think the Saints roll in this game. I can't imagine Seattle. I don't know that Seattle will score 48 points in the next 3 games combined. So I think New Orleans bounces back there. This Jags-Texans game is interesting. Jacksonville they were swept last year by the Texans. that's one kind of trend that I always do like to look at. Team that's swept in the regular season the year before against the divisional opponent, and then they're a favorite at home the next year. Usually a pretty solid play. So I do like Jacksonville. Vikings, Bears, not much. Like Tampa Bay quite a bit to bounce back. I think Atlanta's 4-0 against the spread, so don't expect that to continue. And Tampa's D looked awful. Bills, Steelers, love the Steelers. I think I'd love to see this number hit 15. I mean, it's already gone to 14.5. I think this is a very, very solid play. Bills have the Chiefs on deck, so maybe a little look ahead spot there. Patriots, Lions, like the Lions, just based on Patriots and how they looked last week. I think that a lot of people will take the Patriots. Problem is the Lions have no defense, so it makes it very, very tough to take. Niners, Panthers, no real feel there. I mean, that number looks pretty good to me, -6. I don't think the Panthers are a good team. This Eagles Cardinals line, again, no real feel here. Cardinals are awful at home. Much better team on the road. Eagles obviously undefeated. Been covering like crazy. We'll see if that continues. I already mentioned this earlier. I do like the Rams. And then I absolutely love the Ravens. Same spot as the Jags. Swept last year by the Bengals, and now they're at home laying points. I could actually see this getting to 2.5, although it looks like when you look at the market, it looks like it could be trending more towards 3.5. But I don't see it'll close 3 in my opinion. If you can snag a 2.5, I think it's worth getting a bet. Icons are grayed out. Those icons are there. It's just that the colorful icons are not. Jerry, if you can you send me a screenshot of that? Email it to me, Randall@oddsjam.com, and maybe circle it or show me kind of what you mean, because I don't know. And I see the gray right here that maybe you're referring to, but let me know if you can. Show me what that is. And then David, when we spoke before I left, thinking that the lower the width, the better. Can you confirm this? So, I mean, in regards to market width, I mean, if I'm on the EV page without the recommended filters, I mean, a lower market width is certainly good. But if I have the recommended filters on, I don't pay any attention to the market width because, again, we're showing you the best bets that are out there all throughout the day. And I mean, the market width on all of these is pretty low anyway. So hopefully that answers your question. I use the recommended filters page now because, again, that's the best place that you're going to find the best bets and, kind of the best value when using OddsJam with all of the data and all of the back testing that we've done. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Sorry for the issues starting out. We still got the volume thing in the middle of the screen, but I'll be back tomorrow, 2 Eastern. Wednesday, we've got some college football tomorrow, and then we'll have Thursday night football as well. So we'll take a look on Thursday when we come back. But I'll be back here tomorrow, 2 Eastern. Feel free to come in and see me again. Bring your questions. Love answering them. Love talking with you guys. And I will see you tomorrow.